when they diagnosed that it was stage 4, they told them that I had 6 months without treatment, 11 months with treatment, and that they need to get me in treatment right away. I was experiencing some heartburns and indigestion and took some over-the-counter medication. At the time, I was in training for a marathon, so I was consuming what they call recovery drinks, so like protein. And I remember going to my PCP and she said, maybe it's the protein that's causing, that feel. So why don't you cut back on that? And I said, okay, yeah, because I went from, a 3-day-a-week run into like a 5-day-a-week running schedule. So we did that. And then it still continued. And now I was feeling difficulty swallowing and feeling a fullness. And then when I went back in, they realized that I had lost some weight. And she said, okay, let's send you to get an endoscope. And I was due for a colonoscopy too. So I was like, okay, let's do them both. And that was the first time I heard that they had seen a mass. It was a shock. I don't have any family history of any cancer. So when I woke up from the endoscope, the nurse came in and she says, you need to get an MRI. Why do I need an MRI? And she goes, well, they saw something. And that's when I was like looking at my band and like, do you have the right patient? When I did the MRI, it confirmed that there was some things. Then they wanted a PET scan. And then I had to do an EUS, they call it an endoscopy ultrasound, in order to be staged. When they did the EUS, they were able to confirm it's not esophageal cancer, but that the primary, it's endoanum or carcinoma with signet rings in the lining of my stomach. And they got me up there 2 days later to be able to do an exploratory lab and then a port placement. And when I did that procedure is when my family was informed that it's stage 4 and that I had metastatic disease to my peritoneum. And I had an approach that it was a little too much for me. So mentally, I'd said I wasn't Googling anything. I didn't want to know, just for you guys to just tell me where to show up. And the first chemo going into the infusion room was pretty tough. Seeing, for the first time, seeing that space of people and then looking to see, some look okay, some don't look so good. That was really trying to picture what's going to happen. We got through that first day. I told my husband I needed to move. So I got up and walk. And that's when I discovered that walking after treatment really helped lift some of the fatigue. My treatment started with FOLFOX, with immunotherapy, when they took more biopsies and then they did all the biomarkers. So I was able to get the immunotherapy based on that. So I've done 32 rounds of chemo intravenously, and I did 6 cycles of oral chemo pills. I just got my pump removed, so I'm doing FOLFIRI now with immunotherapy. I'm still very active where I walk every morning. I do 3 to 4 miles, especially during the week that I have chemo treatment. And then I have a support group of women that I run with. We still meet. And so the week that I'm off, I will meet and run with them 5 miles on a Tuesday and 5 miles on a Thursday, and then try to do 6 to 8 miles on a Saturday. I find that when I go out in the morning, the early morning, and walking and running, just to breathe in, and that whole thing just has mentally helped me to navigate. I think those early months are extremely difficult. There's just so much, it's like information overload. So it's like each individual person has to determine how much they can handle. It was beneficial for it to be filtered to me. I knew I was stage 4. I didn't know I wasn't a surgical candidate, but at the time I felt it was best for me to have the information filtered to me. And that's how I was able to mentally focus. I feel that it's important to pass on the awareness. I just feel that nobody in my family has ever even knew there was such a thing as stomach cancer. I've listened to quite a few videos of people who almost shares this very similar story, especially if they're under 50, a 30-year-old or 40-year-old. My hopes is that there would be an education both to the general public and then at the same time to healthcare providers as to do not rule it out that if there's someone who's complaining about heartburns or, indigestion or something and it's not going away, then to possibly, explore it. I think just for the time that I have left, I'm still maintain a good quality of life, but I realize that there's stuff to be done. And so hopeful that however many, whether it's months or years, I'm hopeful for years. I'm praying for years, to be able to be intentional with that time and bringing awareness.